and quite clever. But in terms of his strategy, so if you speak about the time before the war, when he beheaded the army and when army generals of different ranks were simply exterminated, and among them was Tukhachevsky, very famous army commander who got his education in Germany, and he knew all the details of the German military machine, but he was exterminated. He was the one who was absolutely sure that if Hitler started...
So now we're in the officers' club here. Olga is serving vodka. People are having some bread. This was the canteen, but it was destroyed, so they just reproduced it the way they thought it might have been.
All the way from there. Very solid, very big. The width of some reinforcement reaches 8 meters. From 6 to 8 meters.
An 8-meter thick wall around this here.
A very thick wall, yes.
Yeah.
So what you can see around with pictures and some memorial things, it's just an exhibition, and which was assembled here in the first showcase over there. That's the, if you turn around.
Another extended learning and discovery for you. It's very traditional for us when we talk about war, and you know that in many families we do have World War II veterans here, or people who perished in the war. When
There's a nice colored poster. His name Stalin in Cyrillic. There are the people. Let's scan the room from here. There's our tour guide. I have a memorial to Stalin here almost.
I wish you could see the show if you want.
Thompson submachine gun. Helmets. Poster. Stage area that they put in probably after they got this conference room going. This is the room we were in, this big conference table. Here is a general field marshal in Napoleonic Wars. Something wrong with his eye here. He's only got one eye maybe. There's a display of the uniforms, Soviet military. This is the bunker we just came in. We walk down this ramp, and beyond this, you will see when I get to the top of the hill is a soccer stadium. That's what the ruse was when they were building this thing, was that Hitler did not bomb soccer stadiums because he wanted parade grounds for speeches. Here's the soccer stadium we were talking about before. Some kind of a marketplace here. People going in to buy their market goods. Lovely ladies. I don't think anyone's going to arrest me this time, Stefania. You got me set up in that cheese factory there. Look at that lady pushing her cart of goodies. Nice hairdo.
Was born in this particular area. So, and this is the church is famous for the fact that Pushkin, our most famous poet, was baptized here as
Pushkin's
well.
church.
Today this is one of the most visited churches of our city because it has been prayed over for 3 centuries. So it is on your right. We are still in the eastern part of the city, and you can see quite many buildings. For example, on your left, 2-storied, 3-storied buildings. They are the houses of the merchants who lived here in the 19th century. Usually the ground floor was occupied by their shops and storages. The upper floors were occupied by their families, and the families were very big indeed. As many children they had, as God sent them, that's what they said. A big family was a great blessing. And of course the merchants would like to have sons, not daughters. Not like in China today, this is not the same story. But the sons were the Pooh, Matryoshka, with Tiger, your donkey, and Piglet. It can be, I love them, it can be a Jewish Matryoshka with a boy playing the violin with challah and stuff like that. Can you see him? Right ahead of us under the sign Hitachi. Inspire the next. Can you see him standing over there? That's Lenin. For 20 years before the revolution he lived abroad, spending the money of the party. Then he returned back, became the head of the revolution. There is a story behind it as well, I will tell you later, but he was blamed by Stalin and his associates all his life that he was not the one who prepared. Of course, lots of them to Lenin, lots of them to Engels, lots of them to Karl Marx, but not many. Show you the place when we are there. To save, of course you're not going to have lunch now. You'd better go for a walk first, go shopping, sit down, have your portrait ordered, because there are street painters there if you want to experience that. Because this is how you can save half an hour.
Yeah.
If you do not want to waste time, order your bill together with your food. Ladies and gentlemen, so if you are not in front of the building which is on our left. Can you see this huge building, the ministry? In Russia, we mean what we show, right? Another learning and discovery. All the women are like that. If you don't like us, marry a man.
I love it.
I got to marry a man.
Good one.
Sorry, I'm a typical woman and I'm a typical Russian woman. Even with a little bit of Jewish blood, but I am a typical Russian woman. Ladies and gentlemen, they are not allowed to park here. They have no space for them.
So the name of these restaurants, you see the cow, and now you have a Russian lesson. That is Moo Cafe. This is a restaurant that everything is natural milk, not man-made stuff, and this tour guide here is checking it out. This is a pedestrian street called Arbat Street. Arbat. Very long. We're meeting at the end at 1 o'clock. We have about 2 hours to enjoy ourselves before we go back to the hotel. So we're going to get a bite to eat here. Oh yeah, Starbucks coffee is everywhere. One of the best corners in town. Well, Rachel, your Omi was just looking at those little snow globes of scenes of Russia, Moscow, in the souvenir store. Lots of Americans going in there to buy their stuff. Get lots of souvenirs. We just bought a beautiful print of the old city of Russia. This is Arbat Street, by the way. The lady's been hawking supermarket discount coupons. That is the, what do you call, the Seven Sisters Lollipop place. And the dollar is getting stronger. The dollar is now 24. Where is the sign flashing around? The dollar is 24. Give them a dollar, you get 24 rubles. You give them an euro, you get 36 rubles. So lots of good prices here on Arbat Street. And we will be here for another hour probably. There's a golden
Ladies and
arches,
gentlemen, how was your free time in Arbat?
Interesting.
Interesting.
Nice.
Did you have any